Hey, hey, hey. Brand new day on Glliam Farms, of course. You know how that goes. So we got Joe Fix It For You came in at 7:03. Thank you, Joey. And we got Troy Sutton says, hey there, y'all. And there's Miss Lisa, Jesse's girl, Lazy Days Ahead. Thank you for coming in. Hey, there's Tony at our cabin in the woods. He's in here. And we got, let's see here. Everybody's saying hello to everyone. There's Lori's Prepping for Heaven. Thanks for coming in. And Musgrave Family Farm. Thanks for being here. And Evelyn Newman. Hi, Evelyn. There's Paul Case Farms. What are y'all doing? Good to see you, Paul. Thanks for being here, buddy. And then we've got Lee at Fisherman 506. And we've got, let's see here, Rudy with autism. Gotcha. Howdy, howdy. Welcome in. Then we've got Heaven's Fire 18. And we got Rainy Ridge. Howdy, Rainy Ridge. That's Tina. Hi, Tina. And there's Teresa Jukwitz. Hey, Teresa. Thanks for being here. And then we've got Bill at My Alaska. And let's see here. Who else we got coming in here? There's Scotty at Lone Cross. And we've got Celebrating Farm Life. Thanks for being here. And there's Jesse at Lazy Days Ahead. Thank you for coming in, Jesse. And yep, Evelyn's throwing up the stuff about the 10 killer meetup. I'll throw a banner up at the bottom here that'll help us a little bit with that. So I'll throw that up right now. All right. So that'll tell you about the 10 killer meetup. All right. Now, I guess this is going to be step 2 of what I got started the other day. And hey, the Bud Files. It's kind of like, and here it is. It's hello, Ann. Thank you for coming in. Christine is still under the weather. Hi, Angie. Christine is still under the weather. There's just this kind of pressure systems and things like that. They really affect her. And so she's had a lot of pain and stuff like that. Everybody keep her in your prayers if you don't mind, please. Thank you. Then we got Suburban Hillbilly. Howdy, Rebecca. Thanks for being here. And let's see here. All right. So this is like the next part of, and I want to reiterate some stuff from the last time. Hi, Nanny Tam. We all like YouTube. You know, that's one thing that puts us all together here. I mean, YouTube. And we all like it and everything. But there's nothing that says that YouTube cannot be profitable for you. And that's my deal. I just want YouTube to be profitable for you. I wish somebody would have told me stuff way back. I mean, you know, back whenever I started our channel. But it seems like everybody just kind of keeps it to themselves and, you know, stuff like that. I don't know if it's like they think it's competitive or something like, I don't have any idea, but it's not competitive. I wish all of you guys were just, you know, just killing it. Really, I really do. So, and that's the thing. And doing it in a way to where you're actually getting paid. So there are a lot of ways to, you know, I guess there's numerous ways of looking at YouTube that's different. Hi, Lacey. That's different than what it was whenever we were looking at YouTube 3 or 4 years ago. Okay. So YouTube is used to, you could look at you called a successful channel one with a lot of subs. You can't do it anymore. You can't do that anymore. So you don't even, you just forget that. All right. So now you look at the channel views. So, and views are what you get paid on. So that's what you're trying to do, is you're trying to get your channel views up. And I went over a few things last time that I was kind of hoping would help people get their channel views up, like their search engine optimization or SEO score. I showed how to go about increasing your SEO score on your channel. And then after that, I talked about consistency of videos. Like if you put out, I'm going to tell you something that YouTube hates. YouTube hates for you to put out a video and then put out a video a month later, and then maybe put 3 videos out in a week, and then put out a video 2 months after that. They like consistency. They like it, the search and the algorithm like you to be consistent with your videos. So I see everybody still saying hello to everybody and stuff like that. And this is, I know this is not going to be for everyone. And a lot of you are going to say, I don't care and stuff like that. Okay, that's fine. Hey, Dakota. But if you do care, that's what I wanted to talk about. I just wanted to talk about how to, monthly actually get paid by YouTube. Just like Jesse said last week, let's get paid. So that's what I'm hoping for everyone out there. So you can go. Hey, there's Creekside Maples, Tony. Howdy. Thanks for coming in. I'm giving up on trying to keep up, says Lori. Yeah, I understand. Just hello, everyone. There you go. That'll get it. So, but anyway, if anybody wants me to go over something again that I went over the other day, I'd be more than happy to. If somebody wants me to go back over something like, say, TubeBuddy, or go over anything that is helping you get your SEO score up, or helping you with understand that, say thumbnails or anything like that. If you do, then I'd be more than happy to do that. I can go over like what you can expect, and every channel is different. It depends upon the advertising on the channel and stuff like that. Some channels have, like people reach out, want to do, their advertising on their channels and stuff like that. So everything is different, but I can give you an idea if just YouTube AdSense and what you can expect based on how many views your videos get, and just simple. That's not memberships. That's not, super chats and super stickers and all that stuff, but just AdSense revenue. I can talk to you about that if you want to hear about that. But what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the invite out, and I just want, like one at a time to come up, and we'll discuss YouTube. So you can tell me what you know, I can tell you what I know, et cetera, and then, we can just bounce things off of each other. So I'm going to throw that out there right now, and maybe somebody will pop in and we'll talk YouTube. And that's what this one's going to be about tonight. So let me get this up here. All right. And then we're going to go, and there it is. And now it's just going to be, I'm not going to pin it at the top and everything like that. Every once in a while, you'll see a StreamYard out there to the side. I've found that this kind of keeps trolls down a lot more and stuff like that. Hey, Avid, how are you doing? So anyway, I put the invite out if anybody wants to step up. If nobody wants to step up, I'm just going to go over some of the same stuff that I went over the other day. If you wasn't in here, maybe you'll see it. I'll go over. Somebody just throw me a number of something, like what can I expect from AdSense based on X views or something like that. What can I expect to get paid? And I can kind of go through some of that with you. Hey, James, there's Jennifer. Hey, Jennifer, how are you doing? So I really learned a lot of stuff I didn't know the other night. Thank you, Midway. That's what I was hoping for. I was hoping people learn a lot of stuff that they didn't know before. So Dakota, if you want to come up and bounce something off of me, or Tony, or anybody, it's wide open right now. I have nobody in the basement. And losing viewers by the second. Because obviously it's not for everybody. So watch your back, Johnny. Okay, I'm watching my back, trying to anyway. So yeah, and I got plenty of good mods out there to help me out. So all right. Well, I'll just throw up a screen then. Let me find one. I'll go over here. All right, so we can throw up, I don't know, a video that gets 4,700 views. Let's look at that. 4,700 views isn't undoable or anything like that. So we'll go to the analytics of that, and you can see what kind of revenue comes from something like that. Let's see here. I got that up there. Let me put up a share, presenter invite, share screen. All right. I'm going to share this screen right here. All right. This video has gotten 4,738 views since it was published. All right. I'm going to take me plumb off of here, so maybe it'll get a little bigger. All right. The watch time that we got from that was 351.9 hours. It brought in 41 subscribers, and it made $27.63. So you can tell based on that information, that's just an average type of video. If you're looking, around in YouTube and you see, somebody's getting an average of 4,700 on their AdSense, if they don't have anything additional going on top of all that stuff, then they will, you can basically tell about how much money you're going to make from a video like that. Okay, so that one's made $27.63. It's not made all that much money. It's got a modest number of views at 4,700, and so it just kind of gives you an idea of what you can make. The thing is, hi Robert, thanks for coming in. There's Rusty Garage and Homestead. Welcome. Thank you. So you get an idea of what you can make if you put out, say you put out 4 videos a month that average or 4,700 views, and you don't put out a bunch of shorts, and you don't do a bunch of other stuff. You don't get any super chats. You don't get any super stickers. You don't have any memberships. You'll make about $100 a month. So, that's a starting point, to try to get to it. That should be a goal of just about everybody, to get to $100 a month. So, and like I said, let me get back over here to me. Go back. There's that one. There I am. that kind of gave you an idea of how that works. So hey, Bushcraft family, welcome. Anybody have any questions out there in the chat about anything that I've gone over at all? So, or am I going to be hung out here to dry? Think. So, but we all like to be, we all like to have fun with YouTube, but it would be nice if, we're not just having fun, but, you're actually able to buy your next set of tires with YouTube, or you're able to buy a refrigerator if you need it with YouTube, or you're able to do like what I did today, went and bought something. I'm not going to tell you what I bought today yet. There'll be a video, but I'm just saying. Yep, it's 8:16. We're 8:17 now, Rudy. So anyway, I'm still up here. Hey, Wanda, come on up. Let's talk about it. Let me put this back in here again. There's a StreamYard link right there. Paul Case, come on in. We'll talk about it. Hey, there's Kevin. Thanks for coming in. I know you said find your niche and stick with it, but YouTube. Okay, stick with it, but I don't really have a niche. Okay, you have to find your niche. That's what you have to do. You have to find something that YouTube likes, and that's kind of up to you, because it's different for everybody. There are some people who have found their niche with cooking videos, and they've found a niche that works for them. Their personality works with it, their videoing works with it, and things like that. And they find a video that actually gives them views. I'm not going to say subs, I'm going to say views. Okay, so they find a video that says, okay, analytics. Yes, we can look at your YouTube analytics. That's great. Thank you, Jesse. But and I'll do that in just a second. So what you're doing is you're trying to find, you really need to watch your videos. You need to watch your previous videos. You need to watch and see. I can tell you one thing. If all of a sudden I start getting some comments on a video I put out like a year ago, and I haven't seen anything from that, I go look at that video. I go look at the analytics of that video and see what took off again on that video. Because if you start getting comments again on an old video, it usually means it's picking up traction again. So I will go back and look at that and see what's going on. And you'll be able to, because these videos, they keep paying you. People keep watching them and they keep paying you. So, I guess I've been watching the analytics on the Glliam Farm channel, and right now, this isn't where I want to continuously be. I'd like to be I'd like to be a little better than this, but YouTube pays about $50 a day to Glliam Farms. So we make about 50 a day off of it. My goal is to get to 100 a day off of it. And I think that is doable with a lot of work. And I'm not saying I can do it, like in a month or 2 months or anything like that. But by 2026, my goal is to make $100 a day. I would like to do that. So let me go and look at some of these comments. I've seen some here. Bushcraft, wish I could go back to under 10K subs. YouTube didn't bug me as much. Okay. All right. I guess that's one way of looking at it. I've never worried about being bugged. I I mean, I look at what they offer and stuff like that, and see if it's valuable to the channel. There's a lot. I know one thing. I get a lot of people wanting me to test products, um, and if you noticed, I don't really do testing products videos and stuff like that. It's because if I don't already use it, I don't typically test it. Like, I've had an electric bike offer. I'm not really an electric bike person. Let's just put it that way. So I don't know that it would be, I don't know if it would be, something that I should pursue. Yeah, I thought it'd be cool to have an electric bike to ride around down at 10 Killer or something like that. Maybe, maybe I could ride it out and look at the cows. I don't know. But it's really not something that I would go buy. And if it's not something I would go buy, I'm not really into all that stuff. Now, there is one that has reached out with a little portable air compressor. And I told them if I had that thing right now, I'd be doing videos. Every video would probably have me using it at some point, because if you've watched my videos, you notice I'm airing up tires in about every video on something. So yes, I would use something like that because it's something I need. Okay. The best views I've got were things involving tractors and big machinery. 30K views on my grandson's tearing down and rebuilding a deck. That's not always going to be something I have access to. That's correct. You're not always going to have access to that, but you need to find what you do have access to. See what you can get for, and editing makes a huge difference on what you can do. Okay. So if you're able to do cooking or something like that, editing. If you've got a video, I'd say on cooking, and you make it more than, my gosh, a 15-minute cooking video is a pretty long video for cooking. So you need to make sure that it never loses somebody. You need to make sure that it's always fun. It always keeps them, wanting to see what the next thing is. So if you have, those one-time videos like what you're talking about there, about the grandsons tearing down and rebuilding a deck and stuff like that, those are good for, getting subs and stuff like that. But you need to find something else that is your bread and butter, that just continuously brings something. If you have to delete an inappropriate comment, does that still count as a comment in analytics? You deleted it. I never delete any inappropriate comments, Midway Farms, because any interaction is an interaction. Okay. So if somebody's always telling me something about either myself or my stuff or my, I get told I'm doing it all wrong all the time. And you know what? I just tell them thank you and move on. I leave the comment there. I don't know how many people have told me that the cows have flies on them. I don't know how many people told me that leave the snake alone. It's just doing its own thing. I've heard it all. And I just said, okay, thank you. And then I just go on, because I can tell you what, it actually drives comments, because somebody else will come in behind that and make another comment. And then somebody will make another comment. And then you'll have a few people that will come in, and sometimes they will actually start, I guess, defending you. And so you got a whole bunch of back and forth on defending you. So you got to think about it that way, because they will. You'll have people that will come in and start defending you all the way down. So, hey, Langley's Build a Homestead. Welcome. Let's see here. If anyone is familiar with Demolition Ranch, he gave some good advice. He said that if you're not passionate about what you're doing and having fun with it, it will come across. That's right. Always be true. Always be not fake. Don't be fake. Be yourself. I can tell you one thing. If you meet me in person, I'm the same guy you see on the videos. I'm the same guy. And ask anybody out there in the chat who has met me if I'm not the same guy that you see in the video. I would love to see you on an electric bike feeding the cows. Yeah. Hauling that round bale on the back. Midway, any comment, good or bad, is considered an engagement, and YouTube likes engagement. That is correct. Absolutely. So what you want to do is you just want to make sure that, don't try to have, whenever you're reading your comments, and that's one thing, try to do something on your comments. I know sometimes you can get so many comments that you really can't respond to every one of them. And I've been there where I physically could not type out, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much, that many times. So I heart a lot of comments. I like comments. I do things like that. I try to give something at some point on the comments. That's important. Also, you need to pin a comment whenever you do a video. You need to pin a comment in your video. That's on the analytics, the SEO score. That's one of the things it looks for. Did you pin a comment? Did you heart a comment? Did you put it on Facebook? Did you, what did you do to try to drive traffic on this video? So it looks at that. Eric, if you don't like what you're doing, people will be turned off by it. That's right. What's the big thing about 8 minimum videos? Okay, before you can get an 8-minute video, you need one in order to get like a longer AdSense ad. You have to have an 8-minute video in order to get like that. They'll have that 1 minute you can't skip a non-skippable ad in an 8-minute video. It takes an 8-minute minimum for that. So yes, you can add mid-roll ads if the video is 8 minutes or more. So that's what we do. We add some skippable, some non-skippable, and stuff like that ads. Ads are what drives revenue. Views drive revenue. Ads and views. That's it. Ads and views. Don't worry about the rest of it. Ads and views. Once you get your 1,000 subs, once you get your 4,000 watch hours, it's views and ads. That's where your money is. All right. I get some absolute vulgar. Well, if they're too vulgar, I understand where you're coming from, but try I don't really get any that's vulgar, I guess, because I know the ladies can get some like that. Sometimes it's a different world for them. But I know that I get a lot of old boomer guy, old man, old this and all that and everything. And it just rolls off me. I don't really care. So yep. I delete some comments that are vile and breed negative conversations by the community. Yeah, I don't do that, Rachel. I just let them roll. I just let them roll because, like I said, I can take it. And if it doesn't bother anybody, if they're not attacking someone else in the comments or anything like that, then if they're just attacking me, I don't care about it. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Even if commenters are interacting, that's still comments. Let them talk, smile, and keep on being you. That's what I do. So I would rather not have someone vile starting nonsense. I don't care about losing them as a sub. I'm not worried about losing them as a sub either. I'm worried about the algorithm and the where you're getting your, like I said, good or bad, it's actual interaction. So I'm not worried about a sub at all. I'll tell you right now, I'm not worried about a sub. So it's just, what I worry about is interaction and things like that. So just saying, okay. I can take it, but I have community rules and they clearly aren't being respectful. Okay. Well, if that's your channel, I mean, that's your channel. You have your own set of rules and things like that. I'm just telling you what Glliam Farms does. That's it. So if Paul Case keeps leaving you some bad or mean comments, let me know. I know a guy. Yeah. Hey, Lori, thanks for coming in. So, but anyway, you can kind of get an idea, let me look at analytics here. We're going to talk about analytics a little bit. Let me go back to that. All right. On the analytics, you can get like retention and let me go back here. Find a video. And I'm going to show you a little something about retention, keeping people in your video. I'm going to find one that's not just unreal or anything like that. Let's see what this one says. Okay. Here is a video that has, let me go back to StreamYard now. Let me get rid of this one. Stop screen. Go to share screen, video analytics, share. All right. This one's going to talk about average view duration, okay? Now you can see, let me make it as big as it can be and me not in there. All right, the average view duration of this video is 9 minutes and 56 seconds. This video got a little over 36,000 views. So average percentage viewed was 25.5%. But the main thing that I'm looking for is that 9 minutes and 56 seconds that I held 36,000 people in this video. So that's a good number to hold them for over 8 minutes is what I shoot for. I want them to get all the way to, all the ads and stuff like that. And that's going to put them right there in the good ad range and stuff. So yeah, that's the average view duration, 9 minutes and 56 seconds. So what you can do with your analytics, you can go into your YouTube studio and you can look at your videos. You can look like at your best performer and look at what your average view duration is on that video and see if you're holding them long enough in order to get into really good revenue on that video. Also get into the fact that people will, you'll get subscribers no matter what. I do it a little different. I put the videos out and the subscribers come from the videos. So since I don't worry about how many subscribers I get, I worry about how many views it gets because the subs are going to come no matter what. So you're just trying to get to the point where you're holding them in there and you're keeping them. Now I'm going to talk to you about how to keep them. All right. You don't ever give them a chance to snooze, ever. You watch your video at least 6 or 7 times before you put it out. On the 6th or 7th time, if you ever find a point to where you're snoozing at your own video, you need to cut it. You need to cut that part. I talked about this the other night. You need to keep cutting it. Scenes that are too long, like walking from one thing to another, cut that out. Just be here and then be there. So if you're outside walking around doing a video, okay, be here, then be over there, and then be down there. And trust me on this. If you walk around, that's going to give somebody an out. It's going to give them the time to leave. And you really don't want them, you don't want them to have that snooze time. You don't want them having that time to where they can just kind of leave. Yeah, you can have 100 subs, not one watch a video, but 20,000 people not subscribe to watch. Views are what grows channel more than subs, but subs help. Subs help until you get 1,000. Then after that, it's really you'll get them no matter. If you get views, you're going to get subs. I mean, it's just, you can't help but it, So I put a StreamYard link up again. If anybody wants to pop in, we can chat about this all you like. But I just wanted to, talk about that. Your analytic. Now, if you don't have TubeBuddy is also a great tool. TubeBuddy will tell you a lot of things about your video. It'll tell you where your peaks are. It'll tell you, YouTube analytics will to a point, but TubeBuddy can do a lot more stuff. And I looked, and you're right, it is like $6. You can get some free part of it, but it's about $6 a month to get Pro, which Pro has a lot more, options and stuff like that, more things that will help. Let me see if I can find some TubeBuddy stuff. Let's see here. All right. Here's one. This is not me. And Dakota will have a good time with this one because he seems to like this fella a lot. Let me go in here. This is Stony Ridge Farmer. He's got 858,000 subscribers and stuff like that. 175 million views, etc., etc. Let's see here. This is a video he put out the other day. Let me get it over to StreamYard. Stop screen. Share screen. All right. All right. With TubeBuddy, I can look at his analytics. So you see there, it's got, this one has 12,300 views, got 79 comments, 1,022 likes. It has an SEO score of 90. Remember, you're trying to get your SEO score to 100. So you can look down there and see what he has done that has not gotten him all the way to 100. He's got a high resolution thumbnail. He's got an end screen added. He does not have any info cards added. He doesn't have any chapters added, but he has a comment pinned, a comment hearted. It's liked on Facebook, and he's added some captions. So he's got a search engine optimization score of 90. So, you can, that's a search engine optimization, Nanny Tam. That's what it is. You're looking for a search engine optimization. You're trying to get a score of 100. So he has 90. That's a pretty good score. So I just wanted to throw that. A lot of people know Stony Ridge Farmer, in the community and stuff like that, but that's just one of. Now, let me go out of that. Go back to me. Oh, I got somebody in the basement here. Let me go. Just for giggles, can you do this? Let me get out of here. All right, there I am. All right. Hello. You're muted. You're muted.
Sorry.
Hello.
We couldn't leave you hanging. We were in the car when you started your live stream, so I couldn't really say too much in the chat, but wanted to let you know we were here. I just wanted to tell you thank you very much. We took a lot of your suggestions on a video that we just released today. And according to our analytics, the gray area, our line is above the gray area and it's still going up. So anybody in the chat that has any questions about what Mr. Johnny is suggesting for your YouTube channel, we tested it on a video we just released today, and it seems to be working pretty well for us. Yes. So thank you, Mr. Johnny. We appreciate you doing this.
Oh, absolutely. I'm glad it's helping, because that's my goal. I mean, I want everybody to be like, just killing it. That's right. What I want. I want everybody in our community just.
We got you on the TV.
Hi.
We got you on the computer and the TV.
Okay, but anyway, I'm glad it's working for you. And that's another thing. If you look at, just like they said, if you look, you can tell how this video compares to your average video. Whenever you put out a video in your analytics, you can see, because there will be a gray area, and you want to stay at least, up in the gray area, if not above the gray area. You want to move that gray area up, because my gray area, I remember when my gray area was about, your average video gets 200 to 300 views. That's what it used to say all the time. It said your average video gets 200 to 300 views. Now the gray area says your average views are, like 1,000 or 2,000 to 17,000 or something like that on your average. So you're always trying to improve, and you can tell how your video is doing like that. And I'm so happy that that's working for you. What particularly did you focus in on? What did you?
Well, your suggestion, number one, to cut out any areas that seem to be dragging. A lot of times whenever we do our travel videos, I'll do a lot of, music with it, showing kind of the route, not the entire time. But sometimes, I feel like that does get a little long and drawn out. So this time that was very shortened. It was basically, I sped it up when I edited the video. So it was like zoom, hey, we're in downtown Wagner, South Carolina. So boom, that was done.
Yeah.
So it was just basically us. We were right there. And I did try the hashtags in our description. and hashtagged the heck out of this video. And that, I'm just going to tell you, I am so far away from all this social media stuff. So I guess I'm showing my age here. You know, I am 25, right? Okay. So anyway, but so that's hard, I think, for our age generation, because these younger kids are just like boom, 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 and can navigate around the social media like it's nothing. And I think that's what we find the hardest. Number one, my hardest is trying to come up with a catchy title, what hashtags to use, the thumbnail picture, what is going to grab that person's attention. Those are my hardest. I tell Bill all the time, the editing part of it, for me, I guess that's my creative side. So I enjoy that part of it. But those are the hardest things for me to try to figure out. And I think a lot of it is our age, not being so up to date on all the social media side of things.
You just look for something that's grabby. You look for something that you know, and you want, you know, your video doesn't need to be named the same, like the same wording that you have on your thumbnail. So your video can be this, and on your thumbnail you have this. You're trying to grab with your thumbnail. You know, a lot of people won't even read the name of your video, but they'll see that thumbnail. The other thing that I had talked about the other day, and I mean, I've had some people tell me no and yes and everything else, is on your thumbnail, you don't necessarily have to make yourself the focal point. You need to make the subject matter the focal point, whatever the subject matter of the video is. If every video is you front and center and you're not a fan channel,
right?
Okay, you know what a fan channel is, right?
Yes, sir.
That's those folks who can put out videos, and they can put out a grass growing video in real time.
You're gonna watch it.
People would watch it.
Right.
Okay, that's fan channel. We're not fan channel. I'm not a fan channel.
We're far from that.
So since we're not fan channels, we have to rely on being able to grab them somehow with a thumbnail, but we don't want it to seem like the whole video is about us.
Right.
We want them to make it seem like the video is about what we're doing right then, or what we're actually, you know, like working on. Like if I'm working on the 60 model Jeep, you know, there's going to be a big thumbnail with the 60 model Jeep on it, and you won't see me at all in the, you know, if you see me, it'll be my back to it, and I'll be, you know, leaned over the hood or something like that.
Showing you.
I'm not trying to make the video about, you know, me going, you know, so.
Right. Yeah. And I don't like the, what is it? The clickbait stuff. I just, not into that at all. So.
Yep. I'm looking back up here and I see you can get suggestions for titles, description, tags, hashtag by using AI. I know some don't like AI, but it can help you get some ideas and trending hashtags. I did use
YouTube today to try to help me come up with our title. And I've never titled any of our videos that way. No. So just another suggestion too. I just went in and see to see what type of stuff they would suggest. And I think we may have tweaked it a little bit to kind of what suited us more. And it was odd. It was like, for me, you know, stepping out there because you're doing something different. It's almost kind of like taking that step off the cliff. Are you know, is there going to be something down there to catch you, or is it going to fall? You know, so it's hard to get outside of your box sometimes. Because you want to be able to have that kind of control over what you're doing. So when you're relying on something else to make those suggestions, it's kind of, you know, a different feel, you know, is that what you rely on, or, but
I think the AI could help you if you're having like what we call writer's block at
Mm-hmm.
some point. It can help you to like, you could go, oh yeah, you have an oh yeah moment, and that is really cool, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I think you can actually do as well as AI on your own because I've never used AI on any of my stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
I have just watched what works and what doesn't work. And I can tell you, if I put me, doing something, the camera is mainly focused on me, I can guarantee I'm not going to have good video. If I focus on what I'm working on, what's going on around me and stuff like that, I can pretty much gauge that it's going to be, I've almost got to the point where I can tell if one's going to be a dog or if one's going to go
Mm-hmm.
just by what it's about and how the thumbnail is. So, um, I know one thing, the cattle videos for me don't get that many views, I love doing the cattle videos. Don't get me
Mm-hmm.
wrong, and there's a lot of people that like the cattle videos and
Mm-hmm.
stuff, but they're not the driver of this channel. The driver of
Right.
this channel is, other things.
Right.
So I have to do a lot of videos about things that aren't like my passion,
Passion. Right.
but they drive the views and stuff like that. And then I throw in the stuff that I really like
Right.
my change video on my 69 GTO. I love that the it's probably done about as bad as I've done in a long time, but that is probably my favorite video.
Mhm.
So, hey,
Right.
Dale, there's Dale at 9 Acre Family Farms out there.
Good
Thank you
deal.
for coming in. Hey,
Yes, sir.
Catbird.
So, I mean, when you do it that way and you know that you're going to have some good videos, and then, you're still able to do the things that you enjoy doing and videoing it and not be so disappointed that those didn't necessarily do as well, but it gives you that ability to be able to still do what you enjoy doing, but you're also doing what knows is pushing your channel that's going to give you that success. So it kind of weighs out hand in hand. So
Yeah. I think what I'm going to have to do is I'm really going to have to push a lot more of that stuff. The car related stuff and everything's going to have to go over to Glliam Farms Outdoors and More, which I probably need to change that to something else because I'm not hardly doing anything outdoorsy right now.
mhm, mhm.
Um, but and then the Glliam Farms actual channel, because so many people understand that I put out a cattle video every once in a while. They're
Right.
just going to realize that, I'm going to realize I'm going to put it out. YouTube understands I put them out.
Mhm.
The algorithm knows I put them out, and it seems to not make any difference whenever I put the other. It doesn't drive me too far away from my niche, is what I'm getting.
Right. Right. Yes, sir.
If something drives you too far away from your niche, you can get yourself into a place out there in the algorithm where it really can't find what you're trying to do. I like to tell people YouTube is like a universe. You're a planet. You're trying to get your planet near the biggest, what do you call them? Uh, uh,
Stars,
the solar
galaxies.
systems. You're
Right.
trying to get your planet next to a big
Big-
solar system with a lot of people who watch what you put out.
Right. Yes,
But if
sir.
you keep putting certain things out, you get to this you get kind of close to it, and you
Closer.
see it because all of a sudden your views start going up, going up, going up, and then you put out something totally different,
Hmm.
and it goes, oh wait a minute, they want to be over here, and they move your planet out here.
Hmm.
You just ran away from your solar system.
Right.
So then your views start going down, and you try to get back over here. And that's
Hmm.
why I tell everybody, if you find something that works, try to keep going to the well. Try to keep
Right.
going to that well that's working for you. Try to find a niche, and you need a niche you can actually sustain, something that you can continuously do somehow.
Hmm.
I listen to the old man with a beard, then the young guy with too many tattoos. So Anyway, check out the often imitated but never duplicated. Just ask Linda Peterson. Yeah, hey Linda. I see the cattle and go for them. Then it is great to watch them. Yeah, Linda loves the cattle. Nanny Tam loves the cattle.
Mm-hmm.
Jennifer loves the. There's a lot of people that
A
love the
lot of
cattle
people.
and stuff like that.
Yes.
But as far as YouTube goes, as an overall, they love it in short form. The cattle in short form.
Mm-hmm.
But on long videos, it's not really the big driver. So I would love for it to be. I would love to just go out there and just video cows all day.
Right.
And but
well, we enjoy watching them. So
well, thank you. I appreciate that.
Keep doing them because you do have an audience for that. It might not be what's driving your channel, but you still have that audience there.
And that's the reason. And that's the reason why I still do them, because if I quit, I'd probably get run out on a rail. So I keep putting that stuff out. But
Yes,
man,
sir.
I am so excited that you guys are seeing some traction on that stuff.
Well,
And
go ahead. Sorry.
no, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was going to say, but you took some words. You said you just cut the dead space,
Mm-hmm.
and that has helped your channel.
It was pretty much just boom, boom, boom. I mean, the longest part of the videos were the interview parts where we were interviewing, the mill operator, a farmer, and someone helping us out with getting some meat rabbits. So boom, boom, boom. The rest of it was pretty straightforward. Right. So I'm hoping, and I mean, hopefully, I'll continue to do better with that too, as because you're not going to instantly overnight just, but I did see a huge difference in it today. And I don't think we've ever posted a video on a Saturday either.
See, that's another thing. That's another thing. You find a time when you really want to post your video. I know I've talked to Jesse. I've talked to a bunch of other people. Jesse has a big overseas crowd, in his channel. So since Jesse has a big overseas crowd, Jesse and Lisa, they can get those views at off times. Me, I've got like Paul Honeyman overseas. Right. That's about the gist of my overseas. So I post videos whenever people are going to actually watch them here in the U.S.
Right. In the U.S.
And I start with the folks who are out on the East Coast. That's the reason why I put my video out at a certain time. I catch the East Coast folks, and then it just works its way right across the country. Right. And I try to do it. I try to put my videos out. I'll tell you a couple of my little things. I put out what I think is going to drive the channel out on Friday. And I put out what I'm going to call them fan videos. The fan video would be the cattle. Right. I put out the fan videos on Tuesday, Wednesday. Because those are going to get watched by everybody that's going to watch them anyway at that time. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So they'll watch them Tuesday night, Wednesday night, etc. The ones I put out on Friday, people got all weekend. It keeps your video up in the suggested. Okay. So if it's up in the suggested and people go in the recommendations, they're on their TV. And that's where I like people to watch my stuff, is on the TV. Right. If they go on the TV and it's in your recommendations going across there, and they go across and they hit Glliam Farms like 3 videos in or whatever, and then they watch it. The longer it's in the recommended, it eventually falls out of recommended. Right. So if I put my video out in the morning, it's had hours while people were working to not watch it. And then whenever it gets up to that peak time, it may have already fallen or been so far down in the suggested that nobody ever gets to it.
That makes sense.
And then the other thing is if you have a good SEO score, if you can hold people in there for long enough in your video, like you're noticing that you have a good video. It's got, you know, a couple thousand, few thousand views, and you've held them for 9 to 12 minutes or something like that throughout the video and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
You'll notice that whenever you get into the recommendations that come off your video, not just the one that you link to it at the end. You know, your end screen, you put
Right.
say you do a video or 2 videos or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as it goes into the next set of videos, you'll notice that your video is like, there's a name. Let me find that name for that. It's called, I'm going to put it up on the screen here. Let me get over to that. And I think it'll make a lot of sense whenever I do this.
Okay.
I'm going to go to one of my videos. Try to find one here. Let's see. One that's got. Let's see if this one's got a good one or not. On the analytics.
Y'all can see who runs the roost around here.
Do what?
Y'all can see who runs the roost around here.
So,
all right.
I'm trying to find. Where's my SEO? Oh, here we go. Got to go over here. My videos. Yeah, hey. All right.
He's probably going to climb up in the chair. Anytime I'm sitting in this chair, Tucker likes to climb up here to help me edit videos. I always call him my editor in chief. Hey, Miss Dot, how are you? The big dog's name, his name is Tucker. We call him Lucky Tucky.
Yeah, here it comes now.
He's got several names.
So don't ever, hopefully nobody is getting too bored, but I'm trying to.
Yeah. I was looking here at the chat too, and a good question that you might want to come back to. Jailbait and Tackle Outdoors said, can we please talk about the shorts changing from max of 1 minute to 3 minutes? And
sure, we can talk about it all you like.
The monetization number big time.
Okay, let me get. Man,
but I know you're trying to look for something. I just didn't want it to go up in chat and get lost up in there.
Yeah.
So anyway.
I'm going to have to turn this down real quick because I don't want everybody to hear this, but I don't want it to be stuck on this screen either. So get past this and then I'll come back. Skip that. All right. That ain't good scene either. All right. Video right here. Yes, it's got what I want in it. All right. Let me go to get back in StreamYard. And I apologize. I'm going to share this screen right here. Hopefully this is it. Yeah. All right. You see this one. All right. Well, I haven't got it up yet, but come with me. I'm kind of an old fogey too, so let me get that up here. Share, add to stage. All right, this one right here. I'm going to drop us out so people can see it.
Yes, sir.
You see this? There's an SEO score on this one of 100. That's in the green lettering right there. That is a perfect SEO score. That's what you're striving for. You get an SEO score like that because you do as many of the best practices as you can. One of the best practices is making sure you have all of your what people call hashtags, which is your tags. You have an option for 500 characters in your tags. Use every one of them. Make sure you put something in every one of them. It doesn't have to be specifically about the video that you've done. So if you're sitting there, you've done this video where you're planting green beans or something like that, it doesn't have to be 500 characters about plant green beans. It can be, animals, auction, Brangus bull, bulldozer, bulldozer, like my channel. My channel is all about all of these things. So you put everything in there. Then you have, this is what's important as well. If you look up there where it says creator suggested 3 out of 20, do you see that? It's on the second line down right below summary. It says SEO and then it says creator suggested. If you look at that, you can see that 3 out of 20 means that of the next 20 recommended videos after this, 3 of them are going to be mine. So if people have, they look through 20 videos and 3 of them are mine, I got a pretty good chance that they're going to watch another one of my videos. So you need to look at that whenever you're looking at your this is in TubeBuddy. You can find this out on TubeBuddy. So if you get TubeBuddy, it shows you a lot of what you can do. So I just want you to know that the creator suggested means that of the next 20 videos that are going to be recommended to the person who watched that video, 3 of them are going to be mine. And that would be for you too. So you're trying to get your SEO score up to 100, and you're going to try to get your creator suggested to as many as you can. I think I've got a video or 2 that's got like the next 9 out of 20 are going to be my videos. One of my videos is like that. So that means I've got 9 shots out of 20 that they're going to watch my video. So, but anyway, can you find an SEO score on your channel analytics page? Yes, I just did, Lori. That's what that is. All right, jailbait and tackle. I'm going to go back. Can we please talk about the shorts changing from max of 1 minute to 3 minutes max? That hurts the monetization number big time. Jailbait and tackle. There's no way I'd put out a 3 minute short. I won't put out a 1 minute short. If you see a short from me that's over 15 seconds, that's a pretty long short for me. And the reason being is because I think that you have to have an amazing, I'm gonna bring us back up. You have to have an amazing, how you say it? Let me get that one. You have to have an amazing short to get people to hang in there for 1 to 3 minutes. You have to, it's got to be, I can tell you, I can't watch a 3 minute short. I can't do it.
Yeah.
I can barely watch a 1 minute short. It's got to be just incredible before I watch it.
Right. We got to stop and think.
There'll be a huge climax in that short that I'm just on pins and needles to watch it. But if you got 3 minutes of playing with your dog, no, not going to happen. So, but what I do is 15 seconds. 15 seconds. My goal is a 15-second short. 13-second short's fine. If you can't get, 11 seconds, and I can tell you a 15-second short can bring big money. I've made almost $600 on a 15-second short.
Yeah,
so,
you showed that in the last live stream.
I'm just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Can't find where to find it on my channel page. Thought that was on TubeBuddy. Yes, that's on TubeBuddy. So if you have TubeBuddy, then you can find a lot of stuff. With TubeBuddy Pro, you can see how your videos compare to other channel videos. So if every time you pull up somebody else's video on your computer, it will automatically tell you how your video compares to that video. So you can see if they're really got something going on, you can see how you compare to that.
Okay.
So,
Mr. Johnny, on the
anyway, Johnny, thank you for helping everyone try to help their channels. It is appreciated. Yes, Andy. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I mean, it's one of those things that it's always been like, why does nobody ever talk about this stuff? Yeah. What? I mean, are we all? I mean, I'll tell you anything. I'm not ashamed or afraid or any of that stuff. I'll tell you how it is. One of the problems with 3-minute shorts now is we tried to do a simple video on something that was just a tad under 3 minutes and forced it to be a short instead of a video, and it sucked. How did you film it? I did one that was under 3 minutes a little while back, and it was on a heater core on a Jeep Liberty flush, and it didn't make it into a short. And that was probably a month and a half ago, maybe a month. Turned into I'm saying that the vertical format changed from 1 to 3 for them to pay less due to new standards. I fully understand the shorts. They save money that way. I can understand that, but like I said, I got one that's under 3 minutes, a video, and they didn't change it. I videoed it on I believe I videoed it with a GoPro though, so maybe that makes a difference. I don't know. We did it like a normal video. All shorts have a 9/16 or 1-to-1 ratio. No shorts here. Tony talks too much. Yes, the only time we do vertical is if it's intentionally going to be a short. That's the other thing is I'll tell you that if you put music in your video, like if you have I can tell you if I buy music sometimes to put on, buy the licensing for music and put it on the video. And if I ever buy licensing for music on the video, I cannot do a short out off that video because it's afraid that I'm going to use a portion of the video that has the bought music in it, and it will not allow me to do shorts from those videos.
That's good to know.
That's something that you might keep in the back of your mind. If you're thinking, man, that's going to be a great place for a short. That's going to be a great place for a short. Man, I'm going to get 12 shorts off this video.
Right.
And then you find out that you used music and it will not let you do that. Johnny, thanks for doing this. Lots of great info from everyone. Thanks to y'all too. Thank you, Lacey. Appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. So any other questions? Do you guys have, Bill and Mickey, do y'all have any other questions?
We're just going to continue watching. How did they move it again?
Hang on.
Can you hear us?
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Okay, I don't know. It didn't have it marked off. So we're just going to continue watching the series, but I just wanted to come on and tell you thank you very much for doing this and let you know firsthand that we have seen some difference just trying out these suggestions that you've made. And we are praying for Miss Christine and hope she gets to feeling better soon.
Yes. Thank you for that.
Yeah. So thank you, Mr. Johnny. And we're not going to take up any more of your time, but I just want to.
It's been great talking to you. I appreciate
thank you personally. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
So I'm going to add Tony up here. Hey, Tony.
Hey,
how's it, sir?
All
Long
right.
time no see.
Yeah.
Been forever, buddy.
I know. I know. You're talking about watching I was just going through some of my videos, and I'm looking at average view duration,
Yeah.
and you were showing yours was high and all that. What's really weird is I have every one of my videos that has, and this is the high, let's just say an average of 5.10, average, I guess, 5.10 minutes. And those are my best videos, and they're the most junkiest, terrible videos of all. I don't understand how those can do it, but I truly love showing people a garden, the animals. I mean, that's my heart. And those are the worst analytics completely for me. I don't get it. And that's because I want them to be great, but they're not.
Okay, Tony. Therein lies the rub. I'm the same way. I'm exactly the same way. The stuff I put passion into is going to be my absolute worst performer. It's the things I like. It's the things I like to watch. It's the things I like to do. They will perform poorly on the Glliam Farms channel, but I
Right.
can put out other stuff and it will fly. And it's not that I like the other stuff that much. It's just it's the niche that, and I can tell you it doesn't. Okay, if let's put it this way, say somebody puts out a video and it does, a series of videos and they do real well. And then I look at their video and I say their video is doing real well. I'm going to do that. It doesn't mean it's going to fly for you.
Right.
Because of the personality, all the way your video style, et cetera, will make a huge difference in what actually flies and what actually doesn't fly for you. I really wish the analytics would somehow find my universe or my solar system out there that actually is about Danny and Elmer and, the cattle and me running the dozer and stuff like that. That's the universe I want to find.
Right.
But I haven't been able to find it yet. So I have to,
I mean, I know some of it, I need to do all these other things that we've talked about. You've talked about the tags. I've changed that. The hashtags I kind of did too. I kind of filled the description. I don't know if I've done. I think the description is, what's the description? 5,000?
It's 500 characters.
Okay. I know I think I've come pretty close to what that is, but I know I need to do thumbnails. I don't do that. I use the YouTube when it randomly picks up and works. I got away from using music. I have looked at just now a few minutes ago. I was looking back at sometimes when I did use music when I was like rototilling. It seems to be the same results. So I'm thinking maybe leave the music out when you're doing something, but then you're doing something. I know you've talked about doing, I need to change not doing long-term videos and pointing, but I guess maybe be direct, shorter clumps of videos if I'm saying it right.
Yes. You need to not, all that time whenever you spend walking from one place to another, you'll lose people. You will lose them. I mean, because they can, for one thing, they can see what's coming up. Okay, they can see you walking from here to there. Okay, they get you, but you got to remember that's not whenever you're doing your best thing is when you're walking over there. The best part of your video is when you get there and you show what you're wanting to show them, like whether it's Sophie or whatever it is. So cut out all the walking, the going, all that stuff. And I've had to learn this stuff because, man, I used to put all kinds of stuff in. I mean, you guys know I put a lot of, driving down the road and
Yep. Yep.
GoPro on the trailer and GoPro over here and all that kind of stuff. I don't do much of that anymore because, and if I do, I put it on the like on the Tuesday, Wednesday stuff, because I've noticed if I put it on the Friday stuff or whatever, it doesn't really help at all. I get a lot of people say, "Man, we had to sit through that whole drive, before we got, even though it was all time lapse." And I
They're
said,
wanting to get to the point right away.
"Well,
They're wanting to get you to they want you to get to the point kind of quickly. To me, I think
the point. Yeah,
I think Friday is a day that they're ending the week. A way I see it, ending the week, they're tired, and then they're like, all right, let's watch this. They're excited to see it, and then they see all this in between. I don't know. I've got to learn. I got to figure out what I need to do in driving.
You just need. I can tell you a couple of things. If you do a really good thumbnail, do a grabby thumbnail. I mean, get Canva, start making thumbnails. Do grabby thumbnails, and then whenever you're outside doing your video with your phone, don't try to just get there. Just
I got you. Yeah.
Be there. Like,
yeah.
All right. I'm out my front door. Hey, everybody, it's a brand new day. And next thing you know, I'm at Sophie.
We talked before about a channel, and I told you how this channel was very quick at doing, like what you're saying, they're here and then they're zipping over to being here, but it meshes so perfect how they do this. And this is going back to what you're saying, leave out the long stuff and try to, I've got to find a way to do that.
See, Bill said it very well there. A good way to look at making videos is make your videos, then create a Cliff's Notes version and publish that.
Right.
Because you don't want to give people an out. You don't want to give them a spot where they can just
get out.
If you ever lose them, and I tell everybody, watch your video, 6 or 7 times before you put it out. That's the reason why people have said, I always say after I publish a video, I usually don't watch it. And that's true. I usually do not watch it unless it's one of the videos that I really like to make. And that would be like one of the racing videos or the cow videos or something like that. If I'm on the dozer, I'll watch it over and over. Right. But if it's an auction video or something like that, honestly, I never watch it. And a lot of people will ask me, well, how much did that so-and-so go for? And I'll say, well, there was really good video and the auctioneer said how much it was, but here, let me go back and watch the video and see what it was. And then I'll go back and look at that clip, and then I'll tell them in the comments how much it went for. Because I just watched the video and listened. But I'll watch those videos, but the other ones I've already watched my auction videos 7 or 8 times before I put it out.
Yeah, I've got to I see there's a lot of stuff that I have to do, and I've got to I like what I do. That's the big thing is
I got a recommendation.
Okay.
Evergreens. Do evergreens on your gardening.
That could be.
Do some shorter videos that are how to do this. Put that in your make your thumbnail, how to do this. Don't make the video long, make it short, and just focus on how to do this one thing instead of making it into a long, well, we're going to go and we're going to do this and we're going to do this and stuff. do a few evergreens on your gardening that were just like how to plant, how to do the onions, how to can this, how to, and make those short, and then see if your evergreens will continue to go. You know what I'm saying? Because I do evergreens on like working on something on the truck. I mean, I've got one that I'm getting ready to put out probably this week. It won't take off like gangbusters or anything like that, but it'll have, it'll end up with, in a year, it'll end up with 10 or 12,000 views. And it's because it's something that when somebody searches for how to fix this, they'll find it and it'll keep going. So then there are people that search on how to do things in the garden. So
Right.
5 to 7 minutes for evergreen videos. That's right. Keep your evergreens pretty short. You're not really wanting to, they're continuous money makers. They really are. I mean, they'll make money year after year after year. I've got one that like wild onions and wild garlic that I did. The difference between wild onions and wild garlic, and man, that thing every spring it just takes off again.
Right.
So was 0 views for 8 months, then it took off because the season came around. That's right, Bill.
Yep.
So, but I'm saying that attention span is short, and your senior angle should change every 7 seconds. Otherwise, you will lose them. Yep, you need to change stuff. If I think I don't know if people here watch Pete at what's his channel called? He's up in New York. Pete but every time he says something, he's standing somewhere different. Like if he is telling you something, he'll say like one sentence here, and then the next scene is his next sentence, and he's over there, and then his next scene, and so what he has done is he has scripted, and then he has figured out, all right, I'm going to be standing here next to the barn when I say this sentence. I'm going to be standing way over there by the cows when I say the next sentence. I'm going to be standing at the pond when or the water when I say the next one. And that's true. It keeps people. I just watched your wild onion video today, Johnny. Yeah. See what I'm saying? I mean, it just if you search it, it'll come up. If you search difference between wild onions and wild garlic or something like that, it's going to come. Yes, Pete at Just a Few Acres Farm. And he has figured out how to keep people. He doesn't spend too much time in one, especially when he's talking. Because if you're walking and talking, oh man, you lose them.
I do that sometimes, and I need to stop that.
Yeah.
I see it and I know it, so I got to do it.
Yes. Yep. How to content, when to, why, when, and where, etc. That suggests a tutorial, and then people will actually, they'll watch it. It might not be, it might not just be the one that's, next month it's got, 10,000 views, but it'll be the one that just continuously brings things.
Right.
So I remember you put it out last year. They're growing everywhere here. Yeah. Every year I almost have to put that on Facebook because you don't know how much wild garlic I see people trying to sell as wild onions on Facebook. Oh my gosh. I mean, it's just, they got bags full of wild garlic and you're like, oh, really? Yeah, I do have two, Nanny Tam. I have one, the difference between crow's poison, wild garlic, and wild onions, and then I have another one that's wild garlic and wild onions or something. Actually, I might have 3. There might be 3 out there. So, yeah.
All right.
Jess at Tree Haven does a good job of it too. He
does.
He
Remember that.
I think he said that he changes scenes every few seconds. So And yes, that is true. So,
Well, I'm going to get off, let someone else come up, and God, poison you. But anyway, I'll let you go.
all right, Tony. Well, I had a good time today. We had some good barbecue. Woo!
Yeah. Plates were pretty big.
Awesome.
All right. Have a good night.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.
Yep, Jess at Tree Haven does do a good job of that. So I do have the link is sitting there in the chat right now. If anybody else wants to come up and say anything, any observations or anything like that. So far, I think this thing really went well. I mean, we've already seen where it has helped folks and stuff like that, and that's my goal. Cole the Cornstar. Okay, just released a behind the scenes of YouTuber video. It's a long video, but there are several sections that are very informative. Awesome. That is awesome. I'm glad he's trying to help people out. And that's what we all need to do. We all need to lift everybody up. That's what we need to do. So, well, thank you, Angie. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. So, anybody want to come up? I've put the StreamYard link out there. Dale, you want to pop in or anything like that? Also, where's your next hands-on meetup? Johnny, next hands-on meetup? It's going to be the one that's popping right along the bottom of the screen right there, Gary. 10 Killer YouTube meetup near Tahlequah, Cherokee Landing State Park, Creek Shelter, April 25th through 27th, 2025. www.travelok.com for camping spots. 10 Killer YT meetup at gmail.com is the event email. Please let us know if you are coming. And sorry, only on the small phone. That's the reason why I said it for you. So, what did you? Who gets defensive, Angie? I found wild onion, wild garlic, spring onion, and crow's poison. Right. That crow's poison, you know, people can eat wild garlic. They can eat it. I'm not going to say you can't eat it or anything like that, but why? Whenever you got, some awesome wild onions, which reminds me, I need to pick some wild onions real soon. So I got to, if you guys didn't know, I got to see Tony today. Tony met up with me over in Wagner over here, and we bought some stuff, and we went to the auction, bought some stuff, and then we went to eat at JL's, and it was good. Angie, you should have came. Found a small patch of turnip greens. Right. Looks like garlic or onion, but check with Lynn's before thinking it was good to eat. Yes. Yeah. And you can tell that stuff. The video, I've got some videos out that will tell you the difference between all that stuff. If you got hollow stems, no blooms, you're going to have wild garlic. It'll be an off green color. It'll be more of a bluish green color. If you have just blades, really oniony smell, you've got a wild onion. If you have blades with a little flower and it doesn't smell like wild onion, but it's got a nice bulb, you got crow's poison. So, and we have, I noticed some leaks the other day out there in my wild onion patch. So I'm kind of, love me some ramps. That's right. That's what I've got, ramps. Got some ramps out there. I saw them popping up. We've got a spring out there where the cattle are, and they seem to pop up around all that stuff. And do y'all have, I don't know about chanterelle mushrooms. We have morels. But anyway, I've got more time. If anybody has any more questions about YouTube, wants to know anything else, we can go through it. I'll put the link out there if anybody wants to pop up and say anything that has helped them or hurt them or what, because I don't know if I can, and I'll, like I said, I can tell you, based on if you can actually grow your channel to be what you want it to be, it just takes a lot of work to do it. YouTube is not one of those things to where you can really just slack off and kind of, throw things out there and you're just going to be killing it. You have to actually be very intentional about everything you do. You have to be intentional about everything you put out. You have to think about whenever you're putting something out. And I know this is going to rub some the wrong way, but you have to be intentional about whenever you're videoing something. If this is something that I put out, is this going to hurt or is this going to help? And what I mean is by content wise and stuff like that. It's like, it's almost why you needed a second channel, somewhere where you can vent and put things that you just want to put. And then you have a channel that you're very intentional with. And Glliam Farms is intentional for me, and Glliam Farms Outdoors and More is what I want for me, if that makes any sense at all. So I hope that helps. Hope it doesn't hurt. And it's the reason why I can't put certain types of videos out on the Glliam Farms channel, is because it doesn't mesh, I guess you'd say. So YouTube likes consistency. That's correct. Consistency. Get into a habit of putting out videos every week. If you only put out videos every month, then make sure you put out one a month, and you put it out basically the same time every month. I know everybody doesn't have time to do all that. Really never cared about getting monetized. My channel was for my kids, grandkids, and great grandkids, but a few extra dollars wouldn't hurt my feelings. That's right, Nanny Tam. And that's where I started. We started off with, I couldn't remember what my grandpa sounded like. That's where it all started. I couldn't remember that. Actually, let me back up. YouTube for me started a long time ago, and it was because I wanted to show, like, my buddy Rainey's 70 model Chevy pickup down the drag strip, and I wanted to show some other friends that it went down the drag strip, but I couldn't, the video was too big for me to send from my phone to them, but I could send a YouTube link. So I videoed it on my phone. I created a channel. I made a YouTube video that I didn't expect but one or two people to watch, and I sent it to them direct so that they could watch my buddy's 70 model Chevy pickup down the drag strip. Then later, whenever we started the Glliam Farms section of this, because back then it was called, I think it was like 69 Goat 1 or something. I don't know. It's my old GTO, from back in the forum days on when we had forums and stuff. And I got somebody in the basement. I'll bring them up in just a second there. So what I did was I decided, well, I'm going to be intentional with this, but it's because my grandpa, I can't remember what my grandpa sounded like. And my grandpa had so much wisdom on so many different things. And I was like, man, I wish I could remember what he sounded like. I wish I could remember just stuff like that. And then, so we started the Glliam Farms channel. And Glliam Farms, it wasn't like gangbusters or nothing like that. I just threw stuff up, and I think when I went to Mid America, I had 450 subscribers or something like that, and then I had, but I always had watch hours. I always had a lot of watch hours. It's really weird. People would watch my stuff, but they wouldn't subscribe. So anyway, once we got over 1,000, and then putting out different things and stuff like that, then the channel actually started growing, and it was all based on views. Contrary maybe to popular belief, it was all views. So I'm gonna bring Dale up here. Hey, Dale.
Hey,
Good
what's
to
going
see you,
on?
buddy? I have missed you.
Man, it's been a busy week. I've missed the community for sure. But
Yeah, man, I'm like, man, he's gone top secret on everybody.
oh, I don't know about that. I've just kind of been out of pocket, and like the other night on Homestead Hangout night, I was driving down the road with a van full of students, and there was no way I could.
Oh, wow.
But hey,
Yeah.
everybody in the chat, I see everybody saying hi, Dale, and everything. But that story that you were talking about with your grandfather, everything, that's like why I started our channel, because I want my granddaughters to be able to watch and say, that's my papa, and
Yeah.
and that's what papa, or that's what Nana, did, or that's what they look like, and stuff like that. Because I'm the same way. I lost both of my grandfathers at a young age, and so
Yeah.
I would like, before anything like this was even thought of, you know what I mean?
Right.
Of course. But it's funny. The earliest form of what a lot of us think of YouTube was the old home movies, and this is even before the camcorder days. And my aunt, my mom's sister, actually has found all of their old home movies and just sent all them off to have them converted over so that the whole family can have copies and watch them growing up with my grandfather and all of that. So that's pretty awesome. A couple things that you said that like piqued me up was the Evergreen content.
Yep.
You're speaking something there, because we put out a video. It's been almost 2 years ago now of rebuilding like a hydraulic cylinder, and it was like rebuilding a hydraulic cylinder on a John Deere or something. And I didn't think much about that video until like 6 months ago, and now every month there's just another 100 or 200 views that come.
Right.
It just keeps popping in my top 5 videos, and it's an evergreen, like you're saying. But
yes, and you can, it's, if you do something like that, the more it goes, the farther it ranks, the higher it ranks. Okay. It starts ranking higher and higher and higher. So it starts coming into you whenever you search for doing that, you end up the level. I noticed the other day I went in, I don't know how far you had to go, Nanny Tam, to find my wild onions versus wild garlic, but I kind of came in from the outside looking for it the other day, and it was like the first or second one that ever popped up was my video, and I wasn't in my own deal. So I was like, well, that's cool.
That is cool when you find stuff like that. Definitely. We, and that's why every once in a while, like we'll drop videos like the, how to fix a leaking toilet, or, fix the washing machine, and put out a video like that. Because for them to kind of be an evergreen, and they don't get big views, just like everybody.
They don't get big subs.
They don't get big subs.
No.
In fact, most people that watch evergreen content do not sub.
Yeah. They just want to know how to do it.
Yep.
And once they got it, they're out of there.
Yep.
But
In fact, it usually has you know, if you're building one, when it gets just past that hard part of whatever you're doing, you're going to see it go, because they figured out, the cliff's going to happen, because they figured out, what was hard to do, so they're going to leave your video.
yes. So I'm going to see if I can find an evergreen, and we'll see if we can see that line of where they were actually looking. And because there is a line, where everybody, that it'll peak, and then after that it'll fall. Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, this one just keeps on doing little stuff. It's not like huge or nothing like that, but it's that how to replace that center carrier bearing on that.
Oh yeah,
2000 Ram, and it's like it gets views every week and stuff like that. But let me see if I can find the analytics on that one. Let's see here, engage.
I just about did an evergreen today, but I decided against it. I just wanted to get the project done. But
yeah, it's got a crazy line. All right, I'm going to show you the peak and the fall on this one right here. So let me get back to StreamYard. Let me lose this other one right here.
click that share button.
Yeah. And go to share. All right. Here you go. Here's an evergreen right here.
Yep. That looks just like an evergreen.
So see right here on that line, on that evergreen line, you notice the gray line is what my average videos at the time were doing right there. That's what they, how they just roll. With this evergreen right here, you notice there's a mountain in the middle of it. It goes up, it goes across, and then it drops rapid after that.
Yep.
That's where people are stopping. They're watching that little section over and over because it's an important part of the video. So they want to see that part. And I can tell you what that part is exactly. That part is pressing off the old center carrier bearing and then pressing on the new center carrier bearing, and how you go about it, because you can't just pull it off. It's a pressed fit, and that point shows how to do it right there. So that is an evergreen. It shows the average view duration is 4 minutes and 13 seconds, and I can tell you that most of it is going to be right there in that section. People are they'll go into your video, they'll fast forward right to point to where you start pressing the bearing, then they'll watch that section over and over, and then they'll just fall right off.
Yep.
So but that's an evergreen.
The same way, right where you're taking that end cap out of that cylinder, you can follow it right to that, and then it'll be a mountain, and then drop off. I mean, it'll drop off even more than that, so but that first initial drop right there on your views from when they click till they abandon,
they click in,
that right there is gonna kind of be my focus from now on. I want that to grow farther and farther out there, on that click in rate.
Right. Yeah.
Because the farther you can get that distance from that wall, the more that your video will be suggested on a home page.
Yeah. The problem is they'll click in whenever they start fast forwarding through your video, that also goes along with that right there, because when they're fast forwarding, you're not getting a view at that point. And
Yep.
that's the reason why it falls so rapid. And then because they click in, first thing they do is they start searching. They buzz right through it, and then they go, all right here's where it presses it off. All right, here's where you put it back on. All right, I got it. And then they're out. So
That's exactly right.
I don't know if it's gotten any subs or anything like that. Average percentage views 21.6% of the video. Average view duration is 4 minutes and 13 seconds, and I can tell you that's right whenever I'm doing the pressing and stuff like that. So, but yeah, that's an example of an evergreen right there, like Dale was talking about. So let me go remove that one. All right.
And the other point that, and that was right when I was coming in, I was watching in the chat and you were kind of talking about that a little bit, is the consistent drop on your video, consistently putting out the video the same day. It doesn't matter how many times you post the video. Some people will tell you, well, the only way you'll become a YouTube star is that you post every day of the week.
Yeah.
Well, there's contrary to that. You take somebody like Cletus McFarland, and when they interviewed Garrett, I watched an interview with him, and he said, he consistently put out a video the first Monday of the month for the majority of his. It was like one video a month for part of his time. Yep. Then it got to be a video every other week, and then eventually now he's got to, a video every day. But you also got to remember, that's his only job. Like, that's his sole job, is to make content.
Yeah. I think what I said earlier was, if you can make a video, like if you can only do one video a month, do one video a month, but make sure you do one video a month. Don't do a video this month and then wait 3 months and then put out another video.
Yeah. And that's so I kind of went through some of that myself, and in fact, because my life got so hectic and stuff, I've got kind of wishy-washy on dropping my videos. But I noticed when I do get back to a consistent drop, my channel does pick back up. But that is definitely what I was going to say, is don't be afraid to walk away if, this isn't the end of your life that you don't put out a video. But at the same time, know that it's going to hurt your channel. You know what I mean? And it won't hurt your channel, but it will inhibit your growth, is the best way to say. But that consistency is the key, and I do agree with that. It's just don't let YouTube own you, I guess, is what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Eddie Family Farm, I talked to him at length one time, and he said that he puts out a video every 48 hours. And he said consistently, he said for him, he said that was the secret to the growth of his channel, was a video every 48 hours for, I think he said he did it for 2 years before it really paid off big for him and stuff like that. But every 48 hours he put out a video. And me, I definitely will put out a video a week. Definitely. It's going to happen. You're going to get a video a week in Glliam Farms. I'm getting into the point where I want to make sure I can put out a video every midweek and then a video at the end of the week. That's what I want to do. And the reason being is because I think that I've been doing this long enough to where I know that what works and what doesn't. And I'm hoping that if I can do that, that eventually, and I'm seeing it right now. I'm seeing some of the videos that I call, and I hate to call them this, but I'll call them fan videos, because they're people who will watch what I put out no matter what. Okay. But I'm noticing that number rising. I'm noticing those videos where they used to get like 200 views. Now they're in that 700 to 900 and something views.
That's pretty good.
Those videos are starting to pick up. And one of the things I think that's because of is because I've kind of changed on my channel some, because I did a lot of shorts. I did a short a day. At one time, I had a short series called the Daily Danny, and I would put out a Danny short just about every day, and I got a lot of subs from that. I got, a lot of people will say, "Well, how did you grow in subs?" Well, it was shorts. I can tell you right now, it was shorts. Shorts grew the channel, and so I got all these subscribers, but I still didn't have people who would watch the actual videos, because if you only do shorts, those folks won't watch videos. They really won't. And
They are a 8 seconds, 8 seconds, 8 seconds.
Yeah, they're just going through them.
They're a monotonous scroller.
So then I figured out how to make people watch long videos, and that was the key right there, is if you can make somebody watch a long video and you can keep them on the hook for, I hate to say on the hook, but if you can keep them on for, more than 8 minutes through, the video, that seemed to be the real driver right there. And I tell you what, I'll watch those videos over and over and over. And if there's any dead, spot where I'm going to have to walk over there or something like that, or it's gone. It's out there.
Even the sped up stuff, like I've got to the point that even the fast forwarding and stuff like that, unless I'm like doing doing a project like the shed, and you can watch like the doorway get ripped off or whatever, but if it's just you pulling out screws or just screwing it on and stuff like that, I used to do a lot of that, and even recently, but I've got to the point now, I'm about going to start just shutting off the camera, because there's just, why do I want to waste film or SD card space on something I'm just going to cut anyway? You know what I mean?
It's true. It's true. I've got so much stuff tied up in these. I've got several of these 4 terabyte solid state hard drives here, and I fill them dudes up with stuff that I never use. But if I can remember, if I've got a good enough memory, sometimes I can go back to the well on some of that stuff and grab a little scene of something that I didn't think was even worth putting in a video before, from way back, and it will actually be relevant to something now. But the problem is having the memory to do that. When I watch a video, I watch it from start to finish. That is admirable, Wanda.
That is
great. And me, yeah.
no comment. Moving on.
But anyway,
and that's my biggest struggle has been editing lately. I used to be like, editing was something I looked forward to, and I did, and now I just dread to edit. Like, dread it.
Well, yeah, you have to, everything's intentional. You have to be intentional. You have to, like, I tell you what, I love it whenever I release a video because that means I've got time before the next video.
Mm-hmm.
So that is the part where I'm actually doing stuff, and I'm able to actually go outside and like work on the 60 Jeep because that video is already started. People don't understand, but it's
Oh yeah.
underway right now. So I get to go out there and work on it. I enjoy doing that and stuff like that. But then it comes time to come in with all this footage because I'll leave the camera running for long periods a lot of times. And I come in with all this footage, and then I've got to watch every bit of it. And then I've got to see what makes the cut and what doesn't make the cut and stuff like that. And what I really should do is I should video as much as I'm going to video that day. I should come in at night. I should actually edit that portion of the video. And then the next day go out and do something else and edit that portion. And by the time I get it done, I'm almost ready to release the video. Of course, It's going to get the cut like 5 times before I release it. But
well, and you know, I know Bill's in here saying that I need to be more deliberate, be very deliberate on recording, that editing is really easy. It's, you know, it's because I switched genre. So I went from recording with the phone and editing with my phone, and I could do that, I could do that in my spare time at any place, anywhere, to now I'm tied setting right here in front of a computer with SD cards and it's, what was 1 step is now 3 steps, and it's stuff like that. So it's just I've got to get more used to it or find something that I like better. One of the two,
Yeah. The thing is editing, and I can tell you, if you want to throw another wrench into that deal, get 4 GoPros, a drone,
yes,
and your phone,
I've done
video
that
with every bit of it, and then try to build a video out of it.
I mean, I haven't done it to that. I had 2 GoPros, and I set both GoPros up, and I used my phone on a video, and oh my gosh. In fact, I got the video completely edited, getting ready for it to be published like within 2 days. And I was in my phone looking for something else and found footage in my phone for that video. So I had to pull it back off, put it back on and re-edit it, add that clip in there,
Yep. Been there, done that. So, but anyway, I'm just, I think this little series I've started has actually been helpful for some people. Because I mean, we've already seen it. I've had people up on panel that have done some of the stuff. It's actually helped. And that's what I want everybody to get. I just want everybody to get help. And I want you to get paid. I really do. I want you to all get paid. This thing is not a competition. It's not anything like that. We all just, we try to lift each other up and we try to get paid.
Yep.
I'm just saying, it's really nice to be able to, I'm telling you, it's really nice to, like, if you need a set of tires, you just go get them, because, or here's a good one for you. Say you always want a GoPro. You just go get it because YouTube paid for you to go get it.
Exactly.
And if you buy, I'm going to tell you guys a game changer for me. Christine, for my birthday, bought me a GoPro 13 with the Creator Edition 13. The Creator Edition comes with a handle that's a battery pack. So when you're holding it, you plug it in, you never have to change batteries. You can film for 8 to 12 hours without ever changing the battery. And it doesn't overheat. and it just keeps on going. And I mean, I used it today, and I mean, I hardly ever turned it off. I just
Really?
Yeah, it stayed 100% battery the whole time. It probably used almost the whole card, but you know, I was like, well, there might be something that I'll use out of some of all that, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Tony says he saw it. I seen that. Looks good. Now you got me thinking. Right.
Oh, Tony's gonna go back to the dark side.
Yes, one of those external batteries. Yes, you can. I mean, that thing works awesome. I mean, it also comes with a light that will actually go on that mounts on the top of the GoPro. This is the light right here.
Yeah.
And it gets, it'll do all kinds of stuff, but so you can get that, and then it's got follow me mode. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, so if like I'm out in the shop working or something like that, and I walk, slightly out of frame, it'll follow me.
Really?
Kind of like an Osmo.
That is cool.
So,
sorry, I was gonna do.
I've seen that looks good. And yeah, I'm gonna buy one of those external batteries. I have one of those lights already. Says Bill. Yeah. And then Wanda, don't worry getting into it, Wanda. We don't need to. So Tony don't look. Oh, Tony don't look at the GoPro 13 Creator Edition. Don't look, Tony. They do great. I mean, it was 80 something degrees today, and I was filming almost the entire time, Gary. And I never had a problem at all with heat. None at all. The GoPro 13, the battery on the GoPro 13, on the 10 and stuff like that, the contact points are at the very bottom, like of the battery. On a GoPro 13, the contact points are on the side. So you can't use the batteries from off the other ones in the GoPro 13.
Really? I didn't know that.
And so whenever this thing came with one battery, I'm like, well, that's no good because I can't use all my other batteries in this GoPro.
Yeah.
And then oh, wait a minute. This handle that comes with it is an actual battery pack. So I used that thing all day today, and my battery was never under 100% the entire day. So,
that's crazy.
Yeah. Andy says, yes, Johnny. Shh. So, but anyway, has anybody got anything else? Any other?
I'm gonna say I'm more than willing to. Somebody else wants to come in and talk or.
Well, Dale, I'm glad you came in. I really am, because I was thinking about you the other day when we were on that live. And the reason I started this at your time the other day is because I was thinking, man, I could do another homestead hangout just like the one I did at 5 o'clock, or we could change it up and do something different. And I thought, I'm just going to change it up and do something, because we'd already talked about this.
Yep.
And I thought, well, yeah, he's seen it. Battery never below 100%. That's right. I showed Tony, I said, look, battery 100%. Been using it all day. So I use a 40,000 mAh battery that I Velcro to the tripod and plug it into the GoPro battery. Last forever. Right. And we've got some of those too. Those are the, I've probably got some laying here actually, but we've got some of those too. But this thing already comes like that. It just plugs right into the media mod, and actually I didn't even use my external mic today because I also figured out how to do forward and backwards on the media mod audio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you know how the Media Mod, you get, even though you see a mic on the back of it, it never seems to work.
Yeah.
Well, I figured out how to make it work front and back. So you get as good audio from the front of the camera as you do, or from the back as you do the front. Because whenever I would point the camera at me, the GoPro at me, great audio.
Yep.
Then I would turn it and show something, and it would be wah, 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 you know, that kind of sound. Well, now I've got it where it has audio both ways. And you have to go into the pro settings on there, and then you go to Media Mod, and then you go to the audio settings. So
The Media Mod,
Wanda, they're not really. I mean, once you get it set up, if having it set up makes a big difference. If somebody helps you set up the GoPro, it's one click and go. I mean, it's one click shooting. Like, I'll tell you honestly, look right here on the top, click. All right, guess what? You're going to see that red light. It's videoing right now. So I didn't have to do anything but turn it on. I mean, I can set it anywhere, and we're videoing. We're rolling. We're putting stuff on, card, one click, and it goes away. So,
yep, that part of it I love.
Yeah,
that part of it, I'm not filling my phone memory clear up.
Right.
I love that part of it.
Yep, and that's a GoPro 10, isn't it, Dale?
Yes.
Yeah, this is a 10. That's a 10 right there too.
Yeah.
This is the one I ran over with my dozer and everything else.
They're tough.
It's the one that's always underneath my GTO eating rocks whenever I'm doing
off those really good tracks.
Yeah. So, but anyway.
Yeah.
Well, if anybody else want to pop up, I'm gonna put the thing up here in the thing. You don't have to go anywhere if you don't want to, Dale. If anybody wants me to show anything else, if you want to know an example of anything, like if I do if I do this many view video, how much money will I get paid from AdSense? I can do that type of deal.
That changes, and I don't think people understand
it only changes if you have certain things. Like if you have paid promotion, and whenever I say paid promotion, I'm talking about like you do, because we've had people that have reached out to me right now who have asked me, will you do this? If you do this and we sell this and they go from your video to it, you will get a percentage of the sale. So that makes a difference in how much you make. And then there's also the advertisers that choose to be on your channel, what they will pay and stuff like that. But I can tell you that most of the people that are in our chat right now are pretty much just like me. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we've got Demolition Ranch sitting here.
Yep.
And then Glliam Farms. So we've got people that are just like me. So you can tell that it's roughly going to be roughly the same. I can tell you. I mean, it's not if you do videos that get the views that if you're doing the same views kind of like what I'm doing, I'm talking about sponsored videos. If you do, if Dale does a video and it gets the views that like me and him get the same views, we're probably going to make about the same money.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
We're pretty close to we got the same You know, just saying.
You're gonna see
Hey,
the
family.
same.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, Dale, Johnny,
How are you?
y'all doing this evening?
Huh?
I said, how are y'all doing this evening?
Oh, doing great. Doing great,
Yep.
Kevin. Thanks for
Yeah,
coming out.
I just wanted to say, you know, I think you brought up some really good points, and I plan to implement them in the next video I put out.
Well, I hope it really helps you. I really do. I hope your newest video has 1246 per 1K pay rate. Okay. All right. I know what the number is on mine too, Bill. It's the last one I looked at was $23 and something per 1K. So I don't know what the difference is, but anyway, I'm glad that you've listened, Kevin, and I hope it helps. I really do. I hope it helps because I tell you what, I have been intentional with this stuff. I really have. I mean, I've done thumbnail after thumbnail, and I go, why doesn't that go? Why doesn't that work? So I'll change it. I'll change it. I used to put that little, that little intro thing that's on the front of my video all the time in there. I found that I lost people right there on my intro.
That was one other thing that I remember, when you were talking earlier about videos and making up, and when I was talking to Tony, and I was about going to bring that up. Like, I know channels that have, they have an intro that's like a minute long or 2 minutes long. And, people don't want to watch it every time. Now, if it's like a 5-second or 10-second deal, and don't put it at the first of the video.
Right.
Like this video, maybe it's in the first of the video. The next video, halfway through the video, pop it in there. Or at the end of the video. Shake it up. And
leave it out like I do.
Yep. Or just leave it clear out of there, and use it on your live stream or whatever as a way to come in, but
yeah, I had that intro clip, but like what you're saying, I'd been considering just put it at the end and have it done. Because
the other thing though that'll happen, Kevin, from my experience, is when you start putting them at the end every time, as soon as people hear that first note or they see that, they just leave right then.
Yeah.
They
could leave right at the end at the beginning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I usually do intro, talk about what I'm going to be doing, and then I put that little intro clip right after that. But I've been doing that.
Hey, I've done it myself. I'm not.
And, I believe you're right on changing that up.
Yeah.
That way I'm not,
Bill,
people seen or heard it a bunch of times are going to be like, okay, I'm leaving there.
Bill, I think the reason for that is because what he's got there is because of how long they stayed in there. Did they stay in there long enough to get to the meat and taters? Did they stay in there 8 minutes? Did they get to your ad? Did they make it that far? The majority, et cetera, et cetera. Like I said, if you get them past that 8-minute mark, if you can hold them for 8 minutes in your video, I mean, that's it. I'll give you a good example of a channel that is real good, excellent about doing that. And they only make videos that are slightly over 8 minutes long. Every one of them is exactly 8 minutes and like 16 seconds long. And that is a channel called The Liberal Hive Mind. And I don't know if you guys know that channel or not. It's very political. but he will hold everybody in there for 8 minutes. It gets him right into the good ad revenue, but it's not so long that it bores them, you know. So he gets them right to it, right past it, and then it's out. And he will put out like 5 videos a day.
Oh, no kidding.
Yes. And he's got millions of subs. And
So he may be filming, he may set up and film, and then he edits that into 10 to 15 videos just that one time of setting
well,
down.
see, the thing is you never see him. You never see the guy ever. You hear his voice, you see a scene from a subway, and then he'll put like a clip for a news clip in there that shows his point about what he talks about. And so, yeah, he's a master of making money on YouTube from by just holding them just long enough, just get them past 8 minutes. Then he figures he'll lose them. He figures he'll lose them if he goes too far past 8 minutes on a video. So intros are cool a couple of times, but after a while, you just want to skip through them. That's right. Every video that I watch, if it's got an intro in it, I hate, you know, folks, whenever you put a video out and it's got an intro like that in it, yes, I do skip through it. I just buzz right to where you start showing what your video is about, and then I go from there. So, yes. Yeah. Amy and Chris are coming out tomorrow. Amy, I'll send you directions. So,
all right. Well, that's really all I wanted to say. So, but I do appreciate it, Johnny.
Well, I appreciate you coming up, Kevin, and I hope you guys are doing well.
Yeah, we're doing good. It's already warming up here.
Oh yeah.
It was 80s. It was like 80 something here, and now they're talking about severe weather around 2 o'clock in the morning.
I heard that. That's us too. We got the same thing going on right around 2 o'clock in the morning, something maybe. But we really need the rain badly.
I think we were in the 90s here today.
Wow.
And last few days we did get some rain, but we need it badly here.
Oh yeah,
we need rain.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, we got a little shower. I guess it was, when was it? Yesterday morning or something? We got a little shower, and the grass just went nuts with that little shower that we got. I couldn't believe it. The cows actually found something to eat.
Really?
Yeah, it was that much.
Yeah, we're gonna have to move. We already set up the corral to start moving to different pastures.
Yeah, that's what I did. I moved them from one to another, but the one I moved them out of, I couldn't believe how fast the grass grew. It's where I spread all that seed and stuff.
Yeah,
and a little bit of water took off, and I hope it rains again tonight, and I hope it rains all this week. Like they're talking about, like from Wednesday through next Saturday, it's supposed to rain a lot.
Really?
That'll be
good.
The
really nice thing about rain is all the nitrogen compounds that come down in the rain. It's free fertilizer.
Yeah.
Yes. Back to good on some of my videos. What I'll do is I'll put like 3 4-second or so clips. Like you got a 12-second clip there. I'll put like 3 4-second or so of what I consider something that might be exciting, a grabber at the beginning. And then like I said, I used to go into my little intro from right there, and then I would go into the video. And I tried that for a while, and that one seems to work if I do the grabbers, because then people will go, oh, wait a minute, this is going to happen once we get past this intro.
But don't give it away.
Yeah. But there's always a but. Lately I've just been leaving the intro out, and it seems to be even better. And I know some people like intros, but it just seems to be better. So I think I'm just going to leave the intro out of all of them now. I might do 2 or 3 grabbers and then just go into the video. I know one thing that I like to do at the very end of my video. If you hang around long enough, you're going to know what, like, maybe the next video is about. Because my last scene, right after I say, if you like this video, like, comment, subscribe. And as always, everybody, God bless. If you can hang to there, you might know what's going to happen on the next video. If you can hang to right there.
I know on the shed videos, I don't know. I mean, I got decent for my channel for stepping away and then coming back. I was getting some decent views. And I even flirted with previously, and it was just trying to, like, drum some interest for people that was the first one of that series they watched. They'd go back and click on, you know what I mean, before. And I think that's good if you're having like a series on something. Hi, LJ. Woodworks. But I don't know. I think your audience has to be the right audience for it at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But, like I said, you're always trying to move your little planet over to the right solar system. And I'm telling you, that was the best explanation I ever heard. And there was actually a video on YouTube where a guy was trying to explain, and it was the best explanation I've ever heard. Was he said, if you can make your planet end up in the right solar system that's out there, because it's just out there in space, if you can get it to the right spot, you'll be in that, what I like to call, the butt forever seat space.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can get into your butt forever seat space, then you'll actually take off.
All right. Well, I'll see y'all guys.
We'll see you, Kevin. Thanks for coming in.
Bye, Kevin.
Bye.
Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye, Kevin. So, well, it's 10:28, guys. I think it's about time to wrap it up. We got 28 still in here. I appreciate everybody that came in. I didn't expect to have 15 in here, really, because it's a subject that I had a lot of people tell me in the past, I don't care about getting any money from YouTube. I mean, I had a couple of people that were adamant about it. I don't care nothing about it. That ain't what I'm about, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm like, okay, well, you're doing a great job. And then I went on. So it was probably pretty crass of me, but it's the truth. But I tell you what, I want everybody. I want Nanny Tam, if she needs to buy tires for somebody's, her car or somebody's car, I want her to just be able to go get them. I want everybody to be able to do that. I really do. I just want you to be able to, if you want to go pro, or if you want to buy, I just want you to be able to do what you want to do.
Yeah.
So a lot of people have all kinds of questions about editing. I can talk about editing, but I can tell you one thing: if you don't have iMovie, I might not be able to tell you that much about it, because that's what I do everything on is iMovie.
Yeah, I think the editing subject, lots of people ask about what's the best free editing, and it depends on what you're using to film, what you have access to. But right. I can tell you, majority, I started off with free editing platform, and it didn't take me very long. And I was, I'm not going to put up with the watermark on there and all kinds of stuff. So you might as well go ahead and bite the bullet and spend the money. If it's not like iMovie or something like that that comes free with your device, you know,
Yeah,
I
I
have
mean,
CapCut and right now, and I'm not real happy with it. But I liked my KindMaster, but it also costs a little bit a month. You know what I mean?
yeah, we actually pay a subscription to Adobe Premiere Pro. So I've got the Adobe Premiere Pro. Do I use it? No.
Mm-mm.
We pay for it, but I don't use it. And it's because I have iMovie, and I can pretty much do just about anything I want with iMovie. And what I wasn't able to do, I figured out a way around it to still do it with iMovie. Everything I want to do. I'm sure that somebody can tell me, show me something really cool that they can do with one of the big paid ones. But I can do some pretty wild stuff with iMovie. And it's
There's a lot of things than just iMovie.
because I'm on an iMac.
Yeah,
And the iMac makes it so much more. You can really work it. You figured out how to. Is that your GoPro or is that your phone? No, okay.
No, we now have a webcam.
Oh, gotcha. Did you get your must?
I'm on it right now.
I noticed you were looking pretty good there.
Yep, that's what I did today.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Lives will be all good, and yeah. All right. So everybody's saying goodnight and stuff like that. And but if anybody wants to know anything about iMovie on iMacs and stuff like that, I'm your guy. I can tell you all about it. If somebody wants to know something about something else, maybe Dale can help you.
Maybe.
But I just, we use Apple stuff around here, so I don't know.
We can help you. Both of us can help you with StreamYard stuff.
Yeah, StreamYard. And
Restream and StreamYard.
Restream and StreamYard. Yeah. But just remember, folks, if I have to leave you with anything, shorts are subs. Lives are out watch hours. Videos are money. Remember that. So
yeah, live stream. Honestly, a live stream, once you get watch hours, you're just doing that for your community.
Pretty much.
And
for us, I mean, Jesse and Lisa, they're able to. They do pretty well off theirs, but for us, we're not a live stream channel. I can tell you that as far as the money coming in for anything, the lives don't do it, and we don't do the lives for watch hours because all the watch hours come in from videos.
Mm-hmm.
But it is a platform, and you can use it to try to share knowledge and stuff like that. And I hope that I haven't steered anybody in a wrong direction or anything like that. But I don't think I have, because I've already had people come up and tell me it's working.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, maybe we'll do it again. Maybe we'll have another one. I'll look around at some of my analytics and some other stuff and see if there's something else I can tell you. Dale, did you know about that creator commons deal? Let me see. Where we need to do one on Canva. We actually need to do a tutorial on Canva. That would be a good one. I think we'll do that. I think we'll do a tutorial on Canva next time. But anyway, where I was talking about of the next few recommended videos after your video ends, how many are going to be your actual videos?
Yeah, the creator.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. And what you're trying to do is get your number up to where of the next 20 videos, several of them are your video.
See,
So
I didn't.
somebody can find your.
I
own
didn't
stuff.
actually realize that until you said that. I knew about all the rest of it, but I didn't really know what that meant.
Yeah, that means if somebody watches your video all the way to the end, it's going to have these recommendations after. Of course, it's going to have your video that you're going to put your end screen or your couple of videos or whatever you have. But if they watch it all the way through and it starts playing videos of the next 20, so many are going to be your video. And the more you can make your video, I hate to say it like this, but if somebody falls asleep, they end up watching like 6 of your videos. You know what I mean? or they go, well, heck, that's cool. I saw that video. There's another one of his videos, right? I'm going to watch that one.
Hey, there's something to it. I kind of fell into a Cletus McFarland thing for a while.
Oh, my.
And I'm going to tell you, if you ever watch one of his, it'll just re-up the next one and the next one and the next one and the next one. It doesn't deviate from it.
Yep.
And
Yep, lives are a great way to bond with your community.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. They're a great way to bond with the folks like that and everything. It's just you get to a point, and I don't want to say this the wrong way. I've seen some what I'm going to call them big channels, and it's not based on any sub count at all. The big channel means they'll have, whenever their live comes on, they'll have like 2,000 people in their live.
Yep.
And that's a big channel. When they have a couple of thousand people in their live, and a lot of them are just giving them grief, and stuff like that, and they can't, and they're sub to, so you can't really get rid of them because you're in subscriber mode. They've got a couple thousand folks in there that are subbed, and a lot of them are giving them grief because of something they did the whole way through it. I watched it the other night on Pole Barn Garage. He did a live, and they gave him so much grief that he was just about ready to throw in the towel on the whole. I mean, he got pretty shaken during the live, and yeah. But
that's why you don't see many channels like that do a live, or they'll, you know what I mean. But I know I watched Matt's Off-Road Recovery. He did a live, and there was like 2,000 and some odd people in there, and Rachel's exactly right. Your comment, they're it's not that they don't pay any attention to the comments, but when you got it, if you think it's going fast on your end, or when you're commenting on that live, think about that person that's live streaming that and how small that is on their camera or their phone just flying by. The likelihood of them seeing or being able to read one of those is almost slim to none.
LJ Woodworks, me and you got the same we like the same stuff. Junkyard Digs is who you're thinking about. Junkyard Digs and Pole Barn Garage. But but the thing about Pole Barn Garage was he was reading the comments. Like I said, he had a couple of thousand people in there.
No.
And he read several of the comments, I mean, he's like, and they were getting him, I mean, some of those people were what happened was he missed a week of a video. He went and proposed to his girlfriend, and they went somewhere, and he missed a video 1 week, and his subscribers were just giving him fits over that. So
Because he didn't put out a video that week.
because he didn't put out a video that week. I mean, a lot of them said, "So you're just quitting? You're just quitting YouTube? You're just going to leave us hanging? You're just, you know?"
Jeez.
And he had to tell them over and over and over again, "No, I was on vacation." He said, "I put out videos for 2 years, one a week. You know, for 2 years. This is my first time that I've not put out a video in a week, and you guys think it's over." You know. But anyway. Well, guys, we're going to jump off here. Thank you, everybody, for being in. Thank you, Rachel, for all the good info and stuff that you've shared and stuff. You should have popped up on the panel.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dale, for coming in. I want to thank.
We'll talk to you later. I'm gonna drop off so you can close.
All righty.
All
We'll
right.
see you later.
You bet. Bye.
And I want to thank Kevin for having come in and celebrating farm life. Those folks, that was awesome that they came in. They showed what happened and everything and how everything was working for them. So I hope this stuff works for you. Do what? Yep. And Tony for coming up. Christine from the crypt selling me stuff. So yes. And Tony for coming up. Appreciate all you guys. Thanks everybody for being in here and sitting in the dark in my bubble tent. Rachel, I can hardly wait to meet you. You know what? I'll be glad to see you. I hope you guys are supposed to be at 10 Killer, and I'm looking forward to it. Yes, prayers for Christine. Thank you for that. All right, everybody, I'm going to hop off, and we'll do this again. I think we'll do a Canva, how to make a thumbnail next time or something like that. How's that? So anyway, we'll talk to y'all later.